Hi, this is Tracy from the Papercraft studio. Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be making this gift card holder, or it could be a money wallet. You can pop the gift card in here. And it's just a really nice way, especially at the moment where we can't really get out to buy gifts and things, that you can send a present to somebody. So I'm using the Forever Greenery suite from the new annual Stamping Up catalogue. It's such a gorgeous suite. There's amazing DSP down here, and then there's really cute elements like these little gold rings, this duo pack of ribbons, and I particularly like the embossing folders in this suite. You get two for £7.50, which is such good value. And this one I've used on another project recently, but it's this one that I've used today, which reminds me of an Orla Keeley pattern. So if you've ordered my June by Post kit, you will already have these bits embossed and all the layers, but I'll show you how I designed this and put it together. So first of all, this is quite specific sounding. You'll need a piece of cardstock, Whisper White, thick I've used, which measures 10 and 15/16 by 4 1/8. Now the reason it's so specific there is this little area here, I didn't want to come right up to this line, so I've taken off a 1/16 of an inch, just so that that closes over nicely and doesn't bunch up. So I've gone ahead here and scored mine. So it's, like I say, this is the 10 and 15/16 side, and I've scored it at 5.5 inches and at 8 1/4. Now I've used my 2-inch circle punch just to come here on this end section and create a kind of finger hole to get the gift card out. So you leave an equal gap either side there, punch a hole, and the way I've got the same kind of circle or semicircle in the other two pieces, you can't punch through layers and layers of cardstock all together. The punches don't like it. So I've gone ahead and I'm just looking here, I can't find one of my layers, but I'll show you on here. So this particular layer, this is Just Jade, one of the new in colours, and this measures 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. So the card will fold in like this. So you want to put it on this inside layer, so that's going to fold over, and this is going to be the front of the card. Okay, so fold it over, and this side here you're going to stick your Just Jade piece on, and I'll show you here how I got that semicircle punched in the top. So I'm going to put glue around here. I'm not going to go right to the top. If you've got a kit, you can go right to the top because I've already punched that for you, but if you're making this just from scratch, this is how I did it. So I line up the bottom and the two sides here with an equalish border. It's not too equal, but get my drift. And then on this side I'm looking, and I'm going to then line the punch up again just with the Just Jade colour here and just pop that out. And then I'm going to do the same with the embossed layer, which I've now lost on my table. I got thrown slightly because I had a delivery when I first started videoing this, so this is now my second attempt, and I now can't see where I've put the other piece. But it's not this piece, but you will have another wider piece if you had a kit, and you will now stick it onto there. If I come across it in a second, I'll pop it on, but that would be at this stage. You would add that on here. Gosh, that was annoying that he rang the bell just at that time. Never mind. Okay, so I'm going to flip back here. So that's a piece folded over. On the inside here, I'm going to use, this is Pretty Peacock, and this measures 5 1/4 by 3 7/8, and that's going to be stuck with a little border around here. I'm going to go ahead and attach that. I'm hoping that piece is going to turn up in a minute. Okay, so again, a border all the way around, And then the designer series paper that I've used here measures, just flipping my notes over, 5 inches by 3 5/8. Okay, so that's then going to layer on top of there. Such pretty paper. I love this suite. All of these products are available to buy from me, from my online shop, if you're not local to me, or if you are local to me, you can put an order in direct with me. So I'll put details in the link below. Okay, so there we go. That's these pieces coming together. Now on this front panel here, again, I've gone ahead and embossed this smaller piece of Whisper White here. The Just Jade piece measures 1 3/4 inches by 3 7/8, and this Whisper White piece measures, get the right one here, 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. No, sorry, that's the other piece. 3 3/4 by 1 5/8. Let's just check that. Yeah. Okay, so these are just going to layer up perfectly. Again, I'll put the measurements in the link or on my blog so that you don't have to necessarily write them all down right now. So this is going on this panel, but what I wanted to do was just have it over to one side, so that's why it doesn't look like it's going to fit really on here. But so an even border over to the left hand side here, so this piece is clear, and then attach the embossed piece over the top, and there'll be a really small border all the way around. So I deliberately did it slightly different, but they all come in line at the bottom here. Okay, so you'll also have in your kit, if you have one, or I'll give you the measurements here, Whisper White and Pretty Peacock squares. So the 2 Pretty Peacock squares measure, this one is 3 by 3, and the piece that layers up onto it is Whisper White, which is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. This is the one that's going to go on the front, and the one that goes on the inside, which gets covered up, so I've done it slightly smaller. The Pretty Peacock piece measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and the Whisper White measures 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. So again, you can go ahead and layer those up just with glue. Ooh, can't get this one flipped over. So you have a little border all the way around. Okay, on this piece here, we only want to attach it to this side because obviously it needs to come up like this. So center it in the whole card, and then you'll see how much you need to glue on this side. So don't go over, it's just under halfway. Don't go over that. So on one side, pop some glue. If in doubt, go slightly under. Okay. And then you're going to attach it onto here. Like I say, try and make it, oops, up a bit, pretty central. And then for this piece underneath, the way you can get it so that it doesn't show, you need to have it in the center of this. And you're just going to stick this one on as well. And this is just so that there's a bit to write on. You don't have to add it. They could write on the back if you'd prefer. So if you're not sure, again, just pull this over so you know that's going to be covered. Let's go ahead and decorate the front. I found this piece now. Let's add this onto here. So again, what I'm going to do is put glue on here. It was bothering me that I couldn't find it. Stick this one on. So again, you have a very small border around this one. You can slide it up if it needs to go higher. And then you're going to punch this piece out. I may not be able to do it now because I've stuck that other piece on, will I? There we go. What we're going to do now is, these rings are amazing. You get 10 of these hoops for £7, so really good value. I've seen these on all sorts of projects. They don't have to go with this suite, and they look gorgeous. So I'm going to use glue dots to attach this onto the card, and I'm going to put it down here where it's going to be hidden, and here where it's going to be hidden by this piece. Actually, before we stick it down, we need to tie this ribbon on. So like I say, this is a 2-pack of ribbon. On here I've used about 4.5 inches of the thicker one. This gold twine, don't try and fight it, it will fray at the end. It's just a fact. You'll be happier if you just let it go. And I think it's meant to, because it does look really pretty anyway when it's frayed. So I used about 8 inches of that. And the way I've done this is I've looped this through either side of the hoop. I've left it longer if you get it in the kit, so you can trim this off if it frays. And then I've just tied this piece. You might need someone to help you here. Just hold on to the hoop or something. I've just tied it in a tight knot there. You can do 2 if it's easier. You can see it's starting to fray a bit more, but it's fine. Okay, and then I keep my finger on the loop here, on the knot, sorry, and pull these ends, and then just keep pulling it tighter, and then you'll get a tighter bow. You get all these dies here in the set, so you can buy it as a bundle with a stamp set and save 10%, or you can buy them individually, but this is the one here that I've used on the project today. So I've put a glue dot on the back of here, stuck this one down. This is in Just Jade, and then this one is Pear Pizzazz, which is also in the colours of the designer series paper. And just put a glue dot on the back there, and just kind of offset it slightly on that one. And then also, to finish the front, I've used these Noble Peacock Rhinestones. I'm just going to take one of these off and pop it up in this corner. Okay, and then on this piece here, we're going to seal just down that side and this side, so that we can still get the money or the voucher in. So you want to put glue quite close to the edge and along this side. So that's all, you don't want it anywhere else, and just quite a fine line. So that's just going to seal over there now. And then I popped these down as well. So this time I put the Pear Pizzazz one down first, and then the Just Jade. So Pear Pizzazz, put a little glue dot on the bottom there. So I think this is a really pretty way to send a gift, especially during lockdown, even though we're starting to get it eased. The shop's open today, but it's quite difficult. Not everyone wants to go out. So there we go. And there you have it. So your gift card holder / money holder. I hope you enjoy. Thanks. Bye.